So if you guys did not see last video, I'll catch you up in quick 30 seconds. So this 1967 Mercury, 3/4 tons with the F-250 Ford. We're making this thing legal so we go drag racing. So things we've done already. Of course, we put these race seats in. These came out of our Ranger Riley, that rock bouncer build we're doing. These are just a temporary seat for now. We also had to put a clutch pedal switch in the truck. Then we went ahead, we built a battery tray with a hold down, relocated the battery to the bed of the truck. We have a push off, pull on, battery master disconnect switch now. Things we got to do today. We're still getting ready. I have a fuel tank on order. It's a universal aluminum 20-gallon tank. You'll see more next video, I promise. But what we got to do today, some of you may know, but originally, really early on when I built the truck, I actually had the hood come open on me. On modern vehicles, of course, you have your normal latch, but you also have a safety latch. This one kind of has that. Like, you got your safety latch here, and then you have your other latch. Not completely safe. You know, I have had this fail. So what we're doing today, we're putting hood pins in. Let me grab the kit that I got, and then I'll kind of walk you guys through what I want to do. So what we got here, this is a Performance World hood pin kit. This is their generic deal that they got. But looking at the kit, you got 2 pins. They're pretty much a 1/2 inch bolt. And then of course just the shoulder, they have a hole. They got really nice hairpins. They got these cheesy thin scratch plates. We're probably not going to be using those. And then of course you got the hardware to screw that down, and then you got your 2 backup nuts. So as you guys may know, hood pin kits, usually they come through the hood. Then you have your little scratch plates, kind of like that, and then kind of like this. And that's kind of the look you have. If you haven't seen, we actually installed these on our Ranger. You can't really see it in there, but it's in there. I don't really want to drill through this hood. There was a lot of body work, a lot of paint, a lot of money was spent getting this truck redone. So I got an idea. Let's just get this hood open. Big old heavy thing. We got 2 little holes. You know, they're 1/2 inch wide. They're already elongated. So that might come in handy. So what my thought is, of course we got openings on the back of the hood here. So if we had to, we can drill, we could put a nut. You know, we could put a little angle bracket, and then we could have our pin go through the hood, or not through the hood, but through kind of our grill plate, and then be down, and then we can actually access that and put our pins in from the front. I'd rather drill holes into this. This is a really small piece. It is replaceable. I got a bunch of measuring, I got a bunch of stuff I gotta do to make this work. So, like we did in the last video, I'm gonna just start building what I need to. Once I get something figured out, I'll catch up with you guys. Okay, I've gone along, I've done quite a bit. I wanna show you guys where we're at just with progress on this. As you can tell, we do have a hole actually drilled, and we do have a hood pin actually in here. So, what we got going on, kind of like I said before, we'll just sneak in behind. We're using 2. These are 5/16 bolts. That's what screws that into the hood. This is the bracket that we got going on. I just made this. It's just about 2 inches wide. You know, it's not overly long. And it's just, you know, 3/16 steel. Just mild steel. We will clean these up, paint them. This is about how much pin we have showing. So you can see where our nut is with that. That's how much we have sticking through. So check this out. As you can tell, we have no visible hood pins. Pull the one out. Pull the second one out. There's our 2 pins. And there we go. There's that beautiful FE. I went and I ground these down. It's kind of hard to see on camera. This is our final hole that we have. So it's just our original hole, 5/8 hole, and then squared off back end. I'm going to build some kind of a scratch plate. I don't know what I want yet, but that's where that is. We have the same thing over here. Of course, I do have to clean this one up a little bit just to make it a little more uniform, but there you go. Slam her down, and just to prove that these are a fairly easy hood pin to put back in, come through, you got lots of room, and then just pop them in. Now, I will do some kind of a wire or something to hold them down just so I know that they're physically in. It's pretty sweet how those turned out. And, you know, they're nice and simple. They're easy to use. I'm out of time for today, but the back half of this video, we have to pull our distributor out. That's been puking oil everywhere, so we got some O-rings. Hopefully we'll be able to reseal that. And then we got some stuff on the interior we got to take care of. So I'm going to sign off for today. Okay, next day, we got to pull the distributor out of this thing. Of course, the truck's cold right now. One thing we want to do before we pull the distributor, it's been a while since I pulled the distributor and or touched timing on this truck. So we're going to check what timing we have with timing lights. I'll show you guys kind of our setup, how we're going to do that. So of course, first thing, we have a vacuum advance distributor. So you want to go ahead, you want to clamp off your vacuum line. That'll give you the true reading of what timing your distributor is. Of course, we're just using this nice cheap timing light. Spark plug number 1, you need to clamp that when you're staring at the front, left-hand side, first hole. And then of course you just have to hook to power, so we're just going right off our solenoid here because that will have power, and then we just have a ground up here. So we kind of seen what mark we're at. Of course, I had painted a white line where I needed to be. For me, it's a 15/16. Of course, have your ignition off. Otherwise, you could possibly start it. And then we'll just rotate the engine over. Okay. So there we see our white marks. So that right there would be about 8 degrees. So now that we have the engine at TDC, all that means going off our crank pulley is that number 1 piston is at top dead center. Now we don't know if the cam is at number 1, but if you look, our number 1 plug wire comes in here, and so it's this point here. So I'm going to mark right here with a Sharpie, then we'll pull the hat off, and then we'll make sure we're on TDC on the pulley, plus we're number 1 on our distributor, which then we'll be able to pull the distributor. So I moved you guys to the other side of the engine just so you can see a little better. We're gonna unplug all our spark plugs, make sure you have all our wires labeled. Of course, we have little indicators that comes with the MSDs. So you go ahead, unplug all your spark plugs, which we actually have loose spark plugs, so that's not good. Get all those unplugged. Now you gotta unplug your coil. Want that out of the way. We'll disconnect the electronics. Now at this point, you'll take, for me it's just a Phillips. Don't lose your screws, they're hard to get. Now, because we have wires and we have all that crap that comes around, we gotta remove our spring for our throttle. And we got a coolant temp sensor we gotta unplug. There we go. You pull your cap. So now see what I meant? So see, this is your rotor. So see how that's pointed at the other hole? So that means we're 180 out on our distributor. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to rotate the engine over. 1 full turn. Okay, so now you see the point on the rotor is now pointed at where number 1 hole is. So with that, we know we're at TDC number 1 now. And if you check, you should be pretty close to where your pulley is. But for this, what we're going to do, that's good. So now, 1/2 inch wrench. We'll take our hold down bolt, we'll loosen this, and we'll pull the distributor right up. You can see the body's loose. You want to pull your distributor out. See how it's going to turn? So now you got to remember, you pretty much want this pointed directly out. That way when you drop it in, it goes back to where it should be, right? So got to remember that. Okay, so we're going ahead. We got our new O-ring set onto there. Of course, we used a little bit of chassis grease just to lube that up. If I had lubricate, that's what I would have used. Engine oil also works. So, one other thing we're going to do today, something I haven't been too happy with, is our vacuum advance always stuck out the front. Now, I tried a few different times to make it so it goes on the back, but we're going to try again today. I think I'll have better luck. So with that, of course, wherever your rotor ends up being, it doesn't really matter. As long as you put, so your rotor, when your engine's at TDC, your rotor's touching number 1, it doesn't matter what your cap configuration is, but follow what I said when you're pulling it off, just if you're going to leave it in the same spot. But I'm going to go ahead and drop this in. So with this being somewhat at the back, we're going to try and put it really close to the way we had it. Now see how it dropped in there, but it's not fully in? That's because we're not on our oil pump drive yet. So it's going to take me a couple tries to get this one seated, just the way this distributor is. For the guys that don't deal with distributors very often, all you got to do is little up and down movements like that. That'll put you to where you need to be. Now looking at this, our number 1 now is going to be right here. So that is going to be our number 1 cylinder. So now I'm going to put our cap on, and then we'll put all our plug wires on and we'll make this work. Okay, so we got our cap back on. We got all our plug wires figured out. Of course, just following our, go on the interwebs if you don't have, but get a firing order for the truck. It's pretty basic. It's 1, 5, 4, 2, I believe this is 6, 3, 7, 8. So that is it. These turn counterclockwise. You gotta remember that. But we're pretty much set to where we gotta be. Of course, we got the distributor loose. Let's fire it up. It might not start right away. Just with how it is, but we'll see if we have enough movement. We might actually have to do one more turn of our spark plugs. So. Not quite starting, so we'll just start little by little, adjusting that until it'll run. Okay, so it's running. Alright, let's try it again. So I moved all the spark plugs one over, kind of reset it. Let's see if we can get the adjustment we need. Alright, so this took way too much work, but I finally was able to get it. So now when you look at this, you don't see that vacuum diaphragm sitting there. Of course, it's tucked in behind. I think that cleans that up so much better. Looks so much better. Not easy. Not very easy at all. I had to drain the coolant. I had to switch some temp sensors around. Jeez. Ooh, the fumes are fucking spicy in here. I don't know if you can tell, eyes are watering. But yeah, let's fire it up. I'll show you guys kind of what their time is. I believe we're about 9 degrees now, so we gained 1 degree of timing. Really, that's not going to hurt anything. So, there we go. See how we line up with our white marks there? So we're just a tad bit over now, which is about 1 degree, not too bad. And now, of course, when I hook up the vacuum advance again, she'll be right on the money, but pretty happy. Runs good. Alright guys, so we're pretty much done with this thing. I'm going to show you guys what we did on the interior. So we'll hop inside. Some of you may know we used to have a bunch of wires down here. We cleaned all that up. We also mounted our sniper EFI display. We riveted it to the plastic cover on this, so we don't have that suction cup mount anymore. I also rerouted the GPS, reran the wire, and took that one back in, but just so it's kind of hidden. And yeah, the only other thing that I fixed that we didn't have working is our bulbs for the signal lights. So there's right and there's left. So those weren't working before, but they do work now. We'll hop outside. At the start of the video, we put those hood pins in. I still haven't got the scratcher plate done, but we did paint them, so I'll show you guys that and we'll end off the video. So there we go, we got them painted. Of course, just used normal, it's a matte black. I think it turned out real good. Of course, they will scratch a little bit going through. Other than that, thanks for watching. If you haven't yet, head on over to Shop Bannock Industries. Check out, we do have a little bit of merchandise. Shirts, hats, key tags, good stuff like that. So if you want to support the channel, support what we got going on, that's a good way to do it. Also, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment. I try and answer all the comments on the videos in at least a few hours. But yeah, thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you guys next time.